You think these girls aren't serious? Watch this. Welcome back to Fight Girls New Zealand 2017. The weigh-ins just happened, the girls have been divided into their teams, and things have just got a whole lot more serious.
I'm 41 years old, although I don't feel that old, thank God. I live on a little farmlet out in the back of Wainui, and we've got a few animals out there. I work full-time up on Warkworth as a radiographer and office manager. I have a 10-year-old daughter who also does kickboxing with me.
And both of you are at Dynamic?
Yes, yeah.
And so Stacey, why Fight Girls? What made you want to sign up to Fight Girls?
I wanted to do martial arts and I'd never had an opportunity before, and it came up, and when I was on the website looking, it popped up as an ad, and I thought, oh, yeah, okay, why not?
So you're a radiographer,
Yes,
you're a office manager,
yes,
a mother of a 10-year-old daughter,
yes,
right? And obviously a nature-loving person living out in the country.
yes.
Why put on a pair of gloves and want to step in and essentially fight someone? Is it a challenge, or is it just
It's a challenge to myself. There's a lot of things I feel I can't do, and I seem to be always telling myself, you know, you can do this, and I'm trying to prove something to myself. It's an ongoing thing. I thought I couldn't jump off the harbour bridge, so I made myself do it. I thought I couldn't learn to ride, so I learned to do it. I thought I couldn't belly dance, so I learned to do that as well, and now it's kickboxing. So.
How cool is that? And what do your family make of this?
Oh, my daughter loves it. She thinks it's cool. She wants to do Fight Girls one day, but yeah.
So it's an absolute role model then, in that sense.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah.
And what's been the hardest part about Fight Girls so far?
It hurts to get hit.
Or we can, if you want to show us your little.
Yes, my little black eye.
It's a little and that's just from training.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts about the actual fight?
Oh, it's going to be so much worse.
Yeah.
I mean, sparring's supposed to be like contact, and it still really hurts. So when someone gets a full one in there, oh.
And have you got any apprehensions about the fight itself, or?
I just don't want it to look like a dick. I want to get up there and do a good show. I want to make sure I finish all 3 of my rounds and credit myself. Wow.
Make sure you're not smiling. Fierce face. Be a tiger.
Yeah, I'm definitely heaps fitter than I was when I started, and I've got some aggression in me now. So I will get in there and fight rather than wait to be hit.
Yep.
So yeah.
Cool. And if you had to say, you don't know who your opponents are at this stage.
No.
If you had to say one sentence, one quote to your opponent, what would it be?
Go easy on me. Defeats the purpose of the night, but yeah, go easy on me.
Fantastic. That's excellent. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, my name's Birgit, and been in New Zealand for 20 years. I'm a relief teacher now, trained primary school teacher, and I have 3 children, and yeah, now I'm doing the Fight Girls.
Oh, cool. And you were saying just earlier that you're from Germany originally?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
And you've been here for 20 years. You're a teacher,
Yeah.
a mother. You live out in rural New Zealand, really.
Yes,
Do you have any animals or anything like that?
Chickens.
Chicken.
We had mice, and yeah.
Yeah. So a little bit of a hippie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're doing Fight Girls.
Yes.
How does that fit into the rest of your life? Essentially a teacher. Like say, Mum, why Fight Girls?
Well, it fits in really well, first of all. My kids love it. They love, I spar with them. They love it. Put the gear on and we spar at night time, so that's cool. The students really like it. They think I'm a bit crazy, but yeah. How I got into it is through Katie, who did it last year. She had this punch bag hanging up under a tree, and I always wanted to punch a bag. Never done it. Being a teacher, I always thought we should have one in the staff room. So this punch bag, and I punched it, and I thought, shoot, that feels good. And then she sort of sucked me into it. I watched her video. She said, oh, you should do it, you should do it. I thought, okay, I do it. Yeah. So it's, yeah.
Oh wow, so
it was almost the release of an inner.
Yeah, something came out and I thought, gee, this feels really good. I want to do more of this. Yeah.
And have you only been doing kickboxing and martial arts since you joined up for Fight Girls?
Oh yes, I don't even watch box fights. I don't like it. I don't like the punching in the head and that. I can't watch it. So I don't know what the heck I'm doing really at the moment. But
So we
yeah, I
have.
love it. Yeah.
So we have someone who can't watch it but is now participating in doing it. And
Yeah.
and-
Crazy.
absolutely. And how do you think that's going to fare when you're in the ring?
I have no idea. I'm scared. Yeah. Not to get hurt, but to hurt somebody else, which might sound crazy too. But the adrenaline will kick in, and
And actually, it's not so crazy. One of the biggest fears people have is not to be hit. It's the actual hurting piece.
yeah.
And you can see that in sparring and stuff. People will generally tend to. There'll be two types. Ones that just go out full out, and they're a little
Yeah.
bit loose. But most people tend to pull back because they don't want to hurt someone.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
probably the biggest psychological stumble that fighters have to overcome, especially for these kind of events.
Yeah, yeah.
So how have you prepared yourself for that? I mean, you're stepping into a ring with another lady, and it will be 3 rounds, 4 rounds, whatever, of adrenaline
Yeah.
and full out contact.
Yeah.
Light contact, admittedly, but that's not always the way.
I think the mental part is massive. I started doing a bit of yoga again. So hopefully that's going to help with the breathing, just getting ready and just, sort of grounding yourself before getting in the ring. So I have no idea how it will be. It'll be either a total wreck, like a total emotional wreck, or just hopefully, the breathing will
Just
be
ground
all right,
yourself.
and and then just walk in there and say, I'm going to do the best that I can, really. I'm not going in there to, kill
Not with an
anybody,
ex-world
or
champion or anything.
no, I just want to, just to do it actually, to survive it,
Yeah.
to survive the 3 rounds, and
And it seems like,
do well, hopefully.
just listening to you for this short while, that it's not just the kickboxing or the martial arts side of it. It seems to have affected your life in other areas as well. So you're doing more sparring with your kids.
Yeah,
You're doing the yoga. So how has it affected your life in a wider?
Oh, I started swimming again, which I haven't done in over 30 years. And I thought, I'd keep my cardio up because I smoke, which is not a good thing. So I got to keep my cardio up. So I started swimming again, and I did that in Stillwater in the river. It's beautiful there in between the boats. Got me a wetsuit, so I went yesterday, which is really good. It's pretty cold, but good. And I just go and swim and try and keep my fitness up. So.
And how are your family taking to this?
Oh, they're really supportive. Yeah, they're great. Yeah, they're really, really good.
I don't think you're slightly crazy.
No. I don't know. I'm
Fantastic.
crazy. I guess they're used to it. So, what's the next thing she's gonna do?
Excellent. And what's been your biggest revelation through the process so far? You got a few weeks to the fight. What's been the biggest revelation about yourself through the process so far?
That's a good one. I guess they're actually carrying on. Like I had a bit of a week last week, or just feeling really down and thinking I can't do this, and only a few weeks left till the fight, and just thinking, I just got to carry on and just do my best and
See it through.
hopefully see it through.
And
Yeah.
everybody's in the same boat. You
Yeah,
get to
I
a
think
point
so.
where you kind of reach that point.
Yeah.
And as you say, it's just that motivation, push through,
Yeah.
and see that goal at the end. If you, and like everybody else today, I've asked them the same question. You don't know who your opponent is,
Yeah.
but if you could right now have them face to face, see them in the eyes, square up to them, and say one thing, what would you say to them?
One thing, one word,
No,
or just
one word, a
thing.
sentence, or anything like that. Just if you had a moment to say something to them right now.
Let's just have a good fight, because we're there for charity, and it's got to be a good, entertaining fight, because people are paying to watch. So let's just have a good, fair fight, really.
Fantastic, a lovely person. Great to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Bex,
Yeah.
just start off just by telling us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I'm 40. Oh, I'll be 41 by the time the fight comes along.
Right.
41 this month. I live in Arcles Bay. I've been there for 10 years pretty much. I've got 2 kids, 6 and 8. Charlie and Sienna, 2 girls that keep me on my toes. And a husband. Yeah, I forgot about him.
That's easily done.
Kind of important, I guess. What else? Yeah, and I've just started kickboxing with Fight Girls, so it's not something I was doing before.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And so are you a full-time mother and housewife, or are you working?
I wish I was. No, I work full time at Barfoot and Thompson in Orewa.
So as an estate agent?
No, I'm an administrator. I only started 2 weeks ago.
Cool. No, that's
I thought I'd get a new job, do Fight Girls. You know, just
The whole-
may as well just throw.
Might as well just have
change
another kid
everything,
as well,
yeah.
you know, and just mix it all in. So the first question I'm going to ask, and I've asked everybody this that I've interviewed so far, what's been motivated you, a mother, a housewife, a wife, a businesswoman, to actually do Fight Girls?
Yeah, good question. So my daughter Sienna, who's 8, she's been training with Dave and everybody at Dynamic for 2.5 years. So I've sat there and watched that, and I've always been into my fitness. So I thought, I'd quite like to try this. I'm not quite sure how that sort of ended up with me fighting. But anyway, I mentioned it to Dave last year because I turned 40, and I thought, this would be a really cool thing to do. And then I managed to get out of it because I had vein surgery. But then Dave kept on my back, and I thought, I'll give this a go. I think he nearly died of fright when I walked in on the first day because I think he thought I was just saying it. So.
And so I'll excuse my baseness in the asking the question itself, how I phrase it, but
yeah,
essentially females are thought to be the fairer of the sex, or the gentler of the sex, than women, right? So what do you think has motivated so many ladies to step in? And I'm not talking, these aren't bruisers, these aren't proper, they're not professional fighters or anything like that. These are regular, like yourself, mothers, housewives, daughters. What do you think has motivated so many ladies to step into the ring to want to punch each other and kick each other?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think we probably can divide ourselves into 2 groups from what I can see. So you've got the likes of myself and probably, lots of the other girls that, like for me, it's a personal challenge. I don't have some big profound reason for doing this. It's a thing for me. You spend so much of your life, with your kids and doing everything for them, and you don't take much time out for yourself. And for me, it's just a personal growth thing. And I think there's probably quite a few ladies in that boat. And then on the other side of the camp, I think you've got people that actually really want to knock someone's head off. And I hope I don't end up fighting one of them.
Actually, funnily enough, you say that because, not that you're going to end up fighting one of them, but I've seen you training.
Yeah.
And you are quite passive-aggressive. Well, actually, you're quite aggressive-aggressive. So,
Interesting.
Your technique's really good. Your level of, I suppose, want in the fight is there. So I can see you. It's going to be a good fight that you're in. I've seen the injuries that you sustained. Your leg was about 4 times the size of my head. So you're going hard out on the training, and you really are putting yourself through this. And as with everybody wants to win. So, what do you think your end result's going to be from all this? I mean, obviously you're hoping to win, but what more than that?
Well, for me, I'm for such a chatterbox, I'm actually a very self-conscious person. So for me, it's a big thing. I hope that it's going to make me a more confident person, a person that believes in myself more, one that realises that I can do anything that I put my mind to. I'm a bit of a contradiction. I'm actually I'm a very stubborn, determined person. If I say I'm going to do something, there's no way I'm not going to do it. But I'm also quite timid, and I don't know. I'm a very complex individual, like most women probably. But so for me, it's a personal growth thing, and I hope it's going to help build my confidence. And like Dave said, it's going to change my life. I'd like to say I'm not bothered about winning. Obviously, I'd love to win. But obviously, I'd just love to get in the ring, not have a meltdown, give it everything I can, not make a complete dick of myself.
Oh no, there's no fear of that. And In terms of family, how are your husband, your kids, your mother, how are your relatives viewing this when you tell them, hey, guess what I'm doing?
Yeah, I think they thought I was having a midlife crisis. There's been this is like the third of a few incidences. There's been a few things since I turned 40 that everyone's gone, oh my God, she's having a midlife crisis. So I think that was the first reaction. Husband was not keen at all. Now he is, until I got my little black eye yesterday, or on Friday, and then he was a bit grumpy. My mum's not coming to watch because she just doesn't want to, but she's really behind me though. She's given me a lot of tips because she's done a lot of marathons and triathlons and Ironman. Mum's done Ironman,
Wow.
Which she didn't start till she was at least my age. So she's given me a lot of mental support and training. And my kids think it's cool, and Sienna thinks it's extra cool because I don't have a belt and she's got a green belt with a blue stripe. So she thinks it's hilarious that she's better than me.
Did she give you
And
tips?
she's 8. Yeah. Yeah, she told me the other night after training that she'd give me tips. And Charlie was in the class yelling out, my 6-year-old, "You're better than the girl in the swirly shirt." And I'm going, shh.
Oh, there's nothing better
So
than
I've got
kids.
big fans, but my husband doesn't want them to come to the fight, really.
Okay. It seems that you're obviously from a line of very empowered women. You know, your mother's obviously
Yeah, she's a
achieved.
tough nut.
Both your daughters are doing really well in kickboxing, and I see this as just being an extension of supporting them as well as them supporting yourself as well. In terms of advice to other ladies out there who see perhaps fight girls, whether it be on the internet or whether they see it live or anything like that, what would your advice to them be if they're thinking about contemplating, should I do this or shouldn't I?
I think do it, definitely. I think I've already got a girl that I've recruited for next year. I've told her I'll be her coach. I'm not sure how good I'll be. It's not, it's tough. It's tougher than I thought because physically I'm quite tough, but mentally it's way tougher than I thought it would be. I've cried quite a few times. I've rung Dave quite a few times. But yeah, I just know how proud of myself I'm going to be when I'm done. Regardless of the outcome, even if I lose, I've got to be proud of myself. My brother actually participated in a charity boxing match. His son's got severe mental disabilities and he supported cerebral palsy, and he said no one will ever understand what it's like to step inside that ring unless they've done it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and he said he had no desire to ever go back in the ring, but he said that the experience of doing it is just the most amazing feeling, and no one will ever understand unless they've actually done it.
I mean,
So-
no, absolutely. And one of the biggest fears that as a human that you have is it's an innate drive to protect yourself. And it is an innate drive to not be smashed, as it were. And you're facing all those fears in that ring.
No.
Now, if I was to step into the ring with you, I'd be petrified. Like I said, I've seen you training, mate.
Thanks.
If you had one sentence, and I just asked Stacey the same question to your opponent, we don't know who that is yet.
Yeah,
Just one. If you could stare them in the eye,
yeah.
and you could just square up to them and say one thing to them, what would it be?
Sorry, this is just random. It's the first thing that popped into my head,
Yep.
and I'm not even going to be able to say it without laughing. It's be afraid, be very afraid, but that's just so not like me.